afternoon to the world out there. Hope everybody having a good time. Hope everybody enjoying their day. Alright, what I really want to get on is the nonsense, like the fakeness in the world and the fakeness within people. Cause I don't know, I'm gonna be real to you. I don't know how to be fake towards people. I don't even know how to be fake towards myself. Like being fake, it acting unnatural or unreal, it doesn't, I wonder if it does something to people. Like do you feel a way? Like, cause if being real and doing real things make you feel good, right? I wonder, people that like do fake things, I wonder if you feel a certain way. Like, do you feel messed up? Is your soul messed up? Is your mind messed up? Because in this world, we have teachers that's not teaching nothing. And I'm not talking about teachers in school. I am talking about people itself. Okay? We have people in this world are trying to teach other people when they can't even teach themselves. And it's coming to the point where I'm going to keep on saying it. Society and humans need to be taught over. Okay? I don't care what color you is. I don't care what religion you is. And I don't care what gender you are. Males and females in this world need to be taught over. Because the more and more you look at life and you study life, you see the sickness that's going on. And I'm going to be real to you. Nowadays, I don't like to be around a lot of people because it ain't about people telling you that they good. But I could feel the corruption and the nastiness in a lot of people's souls. And trust me, it feels very sick, okay? To the point where, like, trust me, people dirty energy, you don't want it to corrupt your good energy. You know? You don't want it to corrupt your good energy. And don't let people negative energy corrupt your good energy. Do not. If you on a positive path, you stay on a positive path and you keep going. You don't let people in this world, because the world is full of corruption right now. And everybody say, oh man, it's hard to stay good, or it's hard to stay positive. No, it ain't hard to stay good or positive. It's easy to remain yourself, okay? You don't have to fall into the holes of this world. You don't have to fall into the different boxes that different people live with. You could be yourself and you could be A-okay. Because people in this world, they'll come and tell you, no, 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 no. But trust me, I done seen a world where people like to be like people. And when you choose to be different, you are what you call the oddball out. Okay? You are not like that much. And it's okay. Like me, I learned to love that. I learned to like it and love it when people don't like me, that I'm not like everybody else. I could get it. I could understand it very well, because everybody should be like that. Because you are like that naturally anyway. Every individual is different. You're not the same. You're not meant to be born and act like your brother just because that's your brother. You're not meant to act like your sister just because that's your sister, or your mother and father. Yeah, you may get certain traits, but you have your individual journey. You know? Like, just stay away from negative energy. Okay? I know to some people it may be hard, but trust me, remain yourself. Don't try to be like others. They're going to be who they are. but you be you. Because it got a lot of, like, I'm talking about from my own experience too. You have a lot of evil souls in this world. So many evil people done told me I'm nothing. They done told me I'm evil. And, like, this is the type of world we live in where you can't talk about good, but it's okay for you to talk about bad. Nah. It's okay for you to talk about a dirty deed, right, that you did in life. But it's not okay for you to talk about something good that you did in life. It's not good for you to glorify something good. Let me tell you something, man. If you feel that it's good and you know it's good and it's positive in your heart, you don't let nobody stop you, okay? Because the world likes to glorify negative. No. Don't let the world knock you down into that. If you want to glorify the good that you did without beating people down, you show the good, okay? You glorify the good that you did. You brighten that up, okay? Because that's what we need to show more in the world. Put some brightness on positive behavior. Put some brightness on positive things, positive people. Don't give the glory to people that ain't doing nothing, that ain't thinking positive or living positive. And you want to know why the world ain't going so good sometimes? Because the world would like to shine their light on people that are doing nonsense. Okay? And you got people out here that's busting their butt every day, doing different things, trying to be unique and different. But do you think the world acknowledges them? No. The world acknowledges people that act like everybody else. Like, hey, let me be like Joseph, and let Joseph be like Michael, and let Michael be like Gabriel, and let Gabriel be like John, and Sarah be like Jane. Everybody copy off of each other. No. Stand in your own box. Create your own fire. Be yourself. It may sound simple, but that is very big in life today. Being yourself. People don't like that. But when you call people out on it, everybody like to say, oh, I'm being myself. No. Nah. Because if people was being themselves, we'll have a better world with people understanding and overstanding each other. You know? Quick random. Knicks, y'all better do y'all job tonight. Okay, let's go. Back to the story. You know? Don't be like everybody. Be yourself. Be you. You know? And that's one thing I love with humans. I love people to be their raw selves. Okay? I love people to be their selves. I love for people to be them. Them. If you have what you have inside of you that makes you happy, and it makes you happy in the world, and it gives you that spark, you continue to be you. Don't try to be like nobody else, because the best thing you could be is yourself. You know, I don't know how you will feel good in acting like others or being like others. Like, nah. Be yourself. Be yourself. You know? It's okay. It's okay for you to get bumps and bruises. It's okay, you know, for you to not get what you want at the moment. Because that's the life that we living in right now, where you want everything so fast. Let me tell you something. With everybody wanting everything so fast, with click, 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 this is where people forget things so fast nowadays, where it's really a microwave mentality world we living in. Okay? Microwave mentality world we living in, where people want stuff quick, but it don't even last a lifetime. You know? You here today, and what you just created is gone tomorrow. You know? You have to create things that last. You have to create things that people are going to live with for generations and generations. Not something that's here today and then it's gone tomorrow, and like, we heard that she had that, we heard he had that, and there's no more. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. Like, every day is a new day, okay? Every day is a new day to create new things, to have new things, to do new things. I don't get where we have a world where everybody think it's okay to keep on repeating the same old nonsense year after year after year after year. The same old things where there's not a lot of things changing in the world. It's a lot of the same old nonsense, the same old things, back to back, back to back, the same old things. Like, humans are living and creating the same old things, the same things, and sometimes I look at it as crazy. Bless up, Wish the Dawn, bless up, bless up. I look at it as crazy because you living in life and you're supposed to expand. We're supposed to find out new things. We're supposed to search for new things. Like me, I always say human civilization ain't come that far, and it didn't, because what we think that we learn right now in 2025, there's a lot of different things that need to change, like we still argue over religions. We still argue over colors. We still argue over genders. We still argue over the money that's being bought out in this world. Like, and I say we didn't come far, because we still stuck in certain positions, where race is still a main thing, like gender is still a main thing, to the point where I said the other day, and I said this for a long time, in America, when are we going to see a female president? And a lot of people like to say they don't want to see a female president because of emotions and a woman gets her period. Now, let me be real and let's stop the nonsense, because I don't like the little nonsense of people talking about a woman get emotion. How much men you seen in the world work their emotions every day? That's presidents. In America and around the world, and I'm talking about before 2025. How much American presidents, males, you seen use their mentality of using emotions? So when a human fix their face to say they don't want to see a female be a president because she would use emotions, you must be real sick when we see men using emotions for year after year after year. And what changed? Huh? What changed? I don't get it. Okay, and this is where I say, like, we're not living in a world where it's equal opportunity. We living in a world where it's favoritism. But when you say that, certain people get mad. To me, it's okay if certain people get mad, because it's time to pull your skirt up. Okay? The nonsense must stop going on, because you got world leaders thinking that they're gods. You got world leaders thinking that they control life. No, you don't control life. And this is why I always gonna keep on saying it's power to the people. Black people, brown people, or don't matter what color you feel that you are. Okay? I don't care about these world powers getting no power. I don't care about these so-called world leaders getting power. The power need to be with the people. The people need to live. Okay? Because when all of these people are living good and they're calling themselves world leaders, what world are you leading? Because the only world I see you leading is a world full of destruction and corruption. I don't see nothing good that they do. I don't care if you're Trump. I don't care if you're Gaston Brown. I don't care if you're from North Korea prime minister, they're all leading the people into destruction and manipulation. But when you say that, they call you crazy when they're the ones living crazy already. They're the ones that are crazy. You know me, I'm never for the political nonsense in life, and I'm not for the political nonsense in different nations, because the only people that suffer is the people. Okay? You look around this world and you have people hungry. People are starving for real, while people are playing games about taxes. You think that people have time to play with hunger when you playing with taxes and this and that? The people ain't got no time for that. And people need to wake up and see. Because sometimes the people that say, who do you blame, the world powers, or do you blame the people being blinded by the world powers? To me, you blame both. Okay? Because I ain't going to make you trick me and keep on tricking me, and I ain't going to do nothing about it, and I think it's okay for you to keep on tricking me. Something must be wrong with me, you know? Something must be wrong with me if I keep on continuing to let you trick me and everything keeps on going like it's normal. I have a problem too if I continue to let you dupe me over, you know? So, I blame both. I blame the people and I blame the world powers. Okay? Because it's a sickness. Okay? It's a sickness within them. And it's a sickness within the people that don't want to do nothing. And I understand that some people can do nothing, because in this world that we are living in, when you fight against world powers, they will kill you. Okay, they will. It's just plain and simple. Or they'll get rid of you or put you in jail. You know? And this is why I say, when people like me and others talk like this, higher ups don't like it. And I always say, if you don't like it, right, I know for sure you don't believe in no God or you don't have no spirituality at all. Because if you think that it's okay to drown the people out, to keep on lying to the people, what type of life is that? What type of life do you want the people to live? Because if Trump is going to call himself the president of the United States, it ain't about you taking care of Republicans like you talk about. Because I hear Trump say, oh, the Democrats messed up the United States. And I'm going to say this to everybody that's listening to my voice that's in the United States of America. And I'm going to keep on saying it because I hate the fact that people actually believe that this is something true. Don't matter if it's a Democrat or Republican in that White House. America still share the same views. Okay, they still would run the country the same. But they put a puppet and a poster boy, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, to talk to you. Okay? You must don't believe it, but Donald Trump got bosses. He worked for people. But people gonna say, oh, Donald Trump is different than the regular politicians that grew up in politics. He was a celebrity. He's gonna blow up all of their secrets. No, he's not. Why would he blow up their secrets when he's part of it? Why would he blow up secrets from an establishment when he's part of the establishment? Okay? And this is why I don't really like to talk to people about stuff that they think in this world is correct. Because they think Donald Trump is out in the Republicans and the Democrats. Like, yeah, he don't care about none of them. No, he is part of the nonsense. They're putting on a good show and you're actually watching the movie. Okay? They're putting on a good show and you're enjoying it. Because people actually think that Donald Trump hates the Democrats. And they actually think that the Republicans got beef with a lot of Democrats and Democrats got beef with Republicans. Let me keep on saying it. Frankie Blanco, big up to you, and much love and respect, player. Much love and respect, King. Much love and respect. Shout out to everybody in the building. It's the same thing. It's the same old games. And like, the reason why I get upset at it, because it's like, yo, you could say, could you trick the people, right? But as I just said like 5 minutes ago, would you get mad at the people, or would you get mad at the people tricking the people? I get mad at both of them, because after I trick you one time and I continue to trick you again, the third time it should be on you. You should realize what's going on. And in America, let me see if I'm correct. From 1775, not 1776, when you got your, independence from the British, your mommy and daddy, you thought it was good to have us enslaved as black and brown people and other people too. Now, we come all the way to 2025. You actually think that I'ma believe that you change? And they always bring up the point where this is one thing where they want us to believe that they changed. They use Obama. Let me tell you something. You think you gonna use Obama, one black man out of what? Over 40 men that been in the house? One black man. So you're trying to say, and then not even one black man, we're going to get even deeper. You couldn't choose a Hispanic, a Latino, or Asian person, or even a woman? Why must we be subjected in America to keep on seeing a white man in the White House every 4 years? American people and even people across America abroad are sick of seeing white men in the White House. Okay? And that's just the truth. White people in America may love it because it's keeping them good. But everybody else that's other than white, we're not living in a good space. Okay? Because we got to keep on fighting. We got to keep on fighting. Why must I have to fight for life when you didn't give me life, when Jah gave me life? Not you. My mother and father and Jah gave me life. This universe gave us life. Why must we keep on fighting from another human because he got hatred in his blood, or they got hatred in their blood? And that's the thing. They have a lot of hatred in their blood. Okay? You have to have hatred in your blood for you to want to control and keep on lying to people year after year after year after year. But they tell you that they're doing good. They tell you that they're doing for the people. You cannot be doing for the people, because you know why? Out of all these presidents, right? Hillary Clinton was probably the closest one to becoming a female president, right? But even her, they will cut their necks off. Because trust me, they don't even want to see a white woman being a president in the United States. And it gets to the point when people are always talking about this Illuminati. I tell people, don't talk to me about no Illuminati, because you don't know what the Illuminati is, and you are calling the wrong name. Okay? You are calling the wrong name. Why you think nowadays they could keep on doing what they're doing and they are laughing at people on the computer, on your laptops, on your TVs? Because you don't think that they're watching people saying, yeah, the secret society this, the Illuminati this. They're watching it. It's their TV. It's their systems. It's their channels. They know what's on it. It's their program. So you think that you calling them the Illuminati or saying a rapper is in the Illuminati or this and that, you ain't doing nothing. okay? Because the real people that's controlling stuff behind the scenes is laughing at this Illuminati and laughing at everybody that's calling people. They're in the Illuminati. They're in this secret life. Because you know why? I'm going to keep saying it. You ain't going to see these people that control things in the world. You're not going to see them. Okay? They are meant not to show their faces or show their hands. Okay? You only feel what they show to go through, but you'll never see them. Okay? You only see the pain that they put out there. You only go through the pain that they put out there, but you'll never see them. So when people talk about certain celebrities on the Illuminati, man, these are just low-level puppets, okay? That don't even know what they doing. Some of them. But a good percentage of them, they do know what they're doing. Because they need celebrities to weaken the people, okay? They need celebrities to make the people weak. Okay? They need the celebrities to break the people's backs. They need the celebrities to break the people's minds. Okay? Stop thinking a celebrity is somebody better than you and they had a career or they was playing basketball or they're a good actor and actress and there's nothing going on. No. Because if it was like that, Hollywood would be open and Hollywood would be clean. But Hollywood ain't never been open to real actors and actresses, and Hollywood ain't never been open to real directors, real creators, real writers. Why you don't really see real Hollywood movies? Why they don't make a movie about the realness that goes on? Because you know why? Every movie that comes out in Hollywood, and I'm talking about Hollywood here, it's a certain angle that they want to put out to the people, okay? Every movie. Don't matter if it's a sports movie. Don't matter if it's a drug dealer movie. Don't matter if it's a stripper movie. They want a certain thing and a certain energy for the people to react to and the people to suck in, okay? But people will think that they're just watching something that's entertainment. They're watching a good movie. No, you're sinking in and you're drowning into a good movie. Because I remember I heard people say they watched New Jack City and got hype off of New Jack City. Like you had to watch New Jack City to actually live certain things out in New Jack City. And to some people, it's yes and no. But the thing is, you have to understand where certain music songs will play with people's minds, right? But certain movies will play with people's minds too, and it will play with their souls. Because what you there watching, your body isn't taking all of it. Okay, like we say, a baby's mind is like a sponge. If a baby mind is like a sponge, you got to understand, you think that we get older to deteriorate? Some people do. Some people do get old timers the older they get. But the older you get, the more wiser your brain and your mentality must be. And this is another thing that I want to bring to the world too, and to YouTube. They tell you the older you get, the more your mind get away. Nah, man. The older I get, the more wiser I want to be. I want to keep on learning. And that's for everybody out there too. Because like me, I think it's cures to old timers. As they call it, old timers disease. I think you can cure that. Okay? And like, one way I think you can cure old timers disease was bringing people back to certain things that they seen before they had this disease. Okay? You got to understand, in the mind, it's like a movie, okay? You could press play in the mind and it will run back certain things that you lived in your life. Okay? The mind is like a VCR. You could run it back. Some people may control their mind, some people can't. Okay? Some people could think about stuff when they were 6 years old. Some people forget about certain things. You know? Thank you for everybody out there in the building. But I think, and this is why I say the mind is very powerful. You must keep your mind on tip-top shape. Yes, you may slip, because all of us may slip. But you know what? When you slip, what do you do when you fall on ice? Get back up. Okay? Don't ever belittle yourself to where you think that you forgot something. It's okay if you forgot it, but just make sure you put that in your mind to remember what you forgot. They will like to play with the mind because they know the mind is the most important thing on the human body for you to move or function. Okay? If I can't control my mind, I can't really control myself good. And they know that. You got to understand, these people that call themselves world powers, higher ups, they know the secrets. Okay? They know the secrets between the mind, body, and soul. They know how the mind, body, and soul has to work together. They know how you can use the mind, body, and soul to control other humans. Okay? So don't ever think that they don't know what's going on. They have a clue of a lot of things that's going on. But like I told my big brother the other day, they know what's going on. They have a big overstanding of what's going on, right? But I'm going to put it to you like this. It's something they want that they could never get. Okay? They ain't going to never get it. They going to keep on wanting it, and they're going to keep on trying to duplicate it. Okay? But they ain't going to never get it. They ain't going to never get the original. Okay? You can keep on making copies. Keep on making copies. Keep on making copies of the key. But trust me, you won't get the key to open that door. You won't. And that's what they've been trying before 1775. They've been trying to get the keys to open that door. They done did many different destructions on this planet Earth to find that key. But trust me, that key and those keys are going to stay within the people. You may never get that key because it's not for you to hold them keys. Okay? What's the thing they say in the world, and what do we say? With great power comes great responsibility. You can't put power in weak people's hands. Because you know why? They ain't going to use it correctly as we see. That's why you can't have a person, whether you want to call him Trump, Bush, Obama, Clinton. These people, you can't have them in power. You can't have them in power. Okay? You need the people in power that's seen the dirt. You need the people in power that's hungry. You think that one man or a cabinet can run a country? No, the people that can run a country is the people that's living in the country, that's going through the gutter of that country. It's people in Philly, South Bronx, Brooklyn, Atlanta. And I ain't talking about on no negative state, okay? I'm talking about the goodness of really making America run. Okay? If we're going to talk about that gully stuff, you leave it for next time. But right now, we're talking about people. Okay, the people that's really hungry in America, the people that could really make America change. Because whether you like it or not, America needs to change, and America is on an up change. Okay, and it's not for what they want, but it's for what the people want. Because like I'ma keep saying it, they will want black people to argue in America with white people. They will want us to fight. But let me tell you, I was fighting for black power and brown power long as I could know. And any other person that ever tried to disrespect black or brown people, I stood my ground with them always, even till this day. Okay? And many people dislike me for that. But check this out. I'm going to say this. I know I was standing correctly, okay? So I ain't never back down and standing up for what's right or what I feel is right. Because if you could sit down for certain things in this world that's going on, but we're going to talk about in America, because there's many things that's going on in America that's unfair, but people will continue to let it go on. They will continue to let it pass by, and certain people won't do nothing because they're scared. It ain't nothing about being bad. It's about being brave, okay? Because they took a country. They took many countries maliciously to the point where now they could actually fix their faces and call these places third world countries. A country wouldn't be a third world country if people that ain't have nothing before take from this country. You know, and this is the thing. They make up all different names to fit the things that they did wrong. Okay? You'll call people savages. You'll call people unhuman. All different type of things. But I'm going to ask myself, Caucasian people, the rotten ones, what are you? Huh? Because you fought over and over and over to take over different nations, right? And the main nation that you run right now is America. But the thing is, the Chinese man got something to say. And you don't like that too much. But you know what? You got to deal with it. Because the fact is, you ain't get this land good. You ain't get this land good. And a lot of people in America that's not Caucasian, you sit down. You don't stand up for these people when they're fighting against the Chinese. Because you know why? When black people was fighting and brown people was fighting and people was fighting, a lot of you Caucasians, you sat down and you didn't do nothing. Okay? Like, we got to really understand. We got to get to an understanding. When they call themselves Americans, you are not Americans. Okay? The people that fought for this country, the people that bled for this country, those are Americans. The people that hurt and cry every day. It don't make you an American because you're a Caucasian. Okay? Because if you go around this world and they ask you, what are you? And you say an American, some people won't understand that. Bless up, Brother Oz. Bless up, brother. Bless up. Some people won't understand that. But if I say I'm an Italian American, they get it. But when you ask other people, like, yo, what are you? Like, I'm a black American. I'm an Asian American. Some people, it's free for them to just saying I'm American. And certain Caucasian people know what I mean when you could just say you're an American. Okay? I'm going to tell you Caucasian people with the wicked mind something. Let me talk to you. If you could call this your country, don't you ever think you could tell anybody else that this is not their country. Okay? Let me say it again. Caucasian people with a bad sense and bad mind state. If you could call this your country, you better not call others immigrants. Because who are you? Who are you? It's really funny to me when some people want to fix their faces and call people immigrants. Let me tell you something. As a human, right? You must think it's good to use a name like an immigrant, right? But let me tell you something. And I'm going to speak real here. And I don't care who like this, because real is real and fake is on another planet that don't deserve to be here. You call people immigrants, right? That came from another country or another island, right? But check this out. Some people come to America for a better living. Because where they're from is poor. Where they're from don't have enough resources. Now, let me tell you something, and let's speak for real. How you think? How do you think they don't got no resources? Huh? Like, for example, but realistic, what did you think the United Kingdom did? What do you think the British did? Because before we had the United States running the world, the British was running the world. Okay? The British was running the world. They was the mothers and fathers. They was the ones kicking everybody butt around the world. Before we had USA, red, white, and blue, we had the British kicking everybody butt. Okay? And after 1776, that's when America came into their power. Okay? Not when they came with their power, because it took time to build up. Okay? And when it took time to build this nation they call the United States of America. Talk to me, people. Talk to me, people. Who was building that nation? Who? It was black people building your nation, where you don't even respect us till this day, 2025. I'm not with the nonsense of you thinking that you could disrespect my people, right? But when we stand up, you want to call us extreme? It ain't nothing extreme about somebody fighting for their position in life, okay? Because if I bring God into it, God is ashamed of all of you. Okay? Because you want to say, in God we trust. In what God do you trust? Because I keep on asking myself that from I was a kid. What God do they trust in America? And I ain't talking about the people. I'm talking about the people that put that on back of a dollar bill. What God was you talking about back then? Huh? When you start printing that American money, what God was you talking about? And I'm going to say this. They will use God to use against the people. No. Do not let them do that. And I'm not going to let them do that because I don't like that. Don't think you're going to use the people with religion and God. Don't do that. And that's what they did. And that's what they are continuing to do. They are using God against the people. They are using the people against the people. And I call it sickness. Okay? Because they want to call it regular living. This ain't regular living when you got people using people. That ain't life. Okay? It's a slow death. It's a slow death. Because that's what they want people to do, and that's what they're rushing people into, is to death. You're rushing people to kill each other slowly, but you're calling it life. Because why must you live good, and I have to struggle to live good? I have to fight. But you know what? Let me tell you something so good about black people. I'm going to talk black for a minute. All of the nonsense you did, okay? And you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. I want to talk to your soul because I ain't got to call a person. It ain't one person. It's many of them. All of the nonsense you did, we still stand up. Okay? And you know what's the funny thing, but it's not even funny? You take your 24 hours of the day and you watch that sun rise up again. That's us right there. Okay? You could beat us down, and we could keep beating each other down ourselves. But we gonna rise up. That sun gonna come, we gonna rise up as well. And that goes for everybody. Like, black people in your natural nature, you wasn't taught to hate. Okay? You wasn't taught to hate. Your natural nature is not hate. Your natural nature is peace and love, okay? And unity within your family. You took the corruption from this devil, okay? From this creature, okay? Because I can't call them humans. You wanted to call us 3/4 of a human, but you got to be politically and you got to be real. When somebody point a finger at somebody, what does that mean? And what do we say in this modern day world? When you point one finger at somebody, It's 3 more pointed at you, right? So I'm going to say, when you thought us, black people, was 3/4 of a human, you wasn't talking about nobody but yourself. You was talking about yourself. Because you see the dirty savagery that you live with. You see the nonsense that you live with. You see the corruption that you live in. Let me tell you, it got many different religions in this world, but the only thing I can side with when it comes to religion is when it comes to fighting, okay? Because, yes, if it's doing good for the people, go ahead, rock out all day. But I'm with a religion that can help the people fight the power, okay? I'm not with a... How we gonna keep on turning the cheek? How? Okay, because we should learn from Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Gandhi did what he did. Martin followed Gandhiism. But there's no more of that turning the cheek. We are much wiser now. And we ain't taking that nonsense, okay? Because it was okay for them to sick dogs and do a whole bunch of nonsense and trickery. But you don't try that nowadays, okay? You don't try that nowadays. And if they think that it was okay for us to be ignorant, because the thing is, I'm going to say it, they want to use your ignorance against you. They want to use you against you for you getting angry. They will use you against you. Like, see? You see what I mean? Those are angry. No. Don't fall for that, though, okay? Because the thing is, right? We got a right to be angry, okay? We got a right to be upset. We got a right to feel how we feel. They will play games with you and tell you you're not supposed to be angry. So you telling me you could break my jaw and I'm supposed to smile? You gonna punch me in my face and I'm supposed to smile? I'm supposed to be happy? I'm supposed to like how you treat me? If I'm giving you respect and you showing me disrespect? That's not life. Okay, and that's not correct. And that's what they're living in right now till this day. Okay? Thinking that we supposed to respect somebody that don't respect you. And this is why I always say black unity, okay? Brown unity. Unity within the people, okay? Because you thinking that they not against all of us. Oh, trust me, they're against all of us. Don't matter if you're black, white. Don't matter if you're red. Don't matter what you consider yourself. It's us versus them, okay? And trust me, for years, a lot of people used to say, Delvin, why you talk like that? Well, my ancestors done laid it down, okay? And if I'm going to live in 2025, I'm going to keep on making sure that they proud of me and many others, okay? Because it ain't for us to be in this world and act like animals that they call us, but it's for us to be in this world and carry on tradition, okay? Don't you ever sit down when somebody just slapped you in your face. You stand up like a man and woman and you defend yourself. It's not like, no. And that's the same thing with the knowledge, man. You don't let somebody give you nonsense and you take it. You read upon that. You do research. You find out what you got to find out. Don't let nobody lie to you when it comes to education. And that's what they did, you know? They lied to us about the world. But when we look about the world for ourselves, we seen that the world was bigger than what they thought. Okay? Search. Do your research. Don't just take what somebody tell you in this world. If somebody tell you to hate somebody, you question that person. Okay? If somebody got to tell you to hate a person because they don't get along with that person, you question that person. Because I don't care what you are. You can't tell me to hate somebody because you don't get along with them. I don't know what the experience me and that person going to go through. Okay? Do not lead people to make you lead into hate. Okay? Because the first thing you supposed to do to somebody, you don't even know them, is greet them with respect. Stop thinking that being respectful or being good is soft. It ain't nothing soft about that. Because if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, if you really want to get down to the spice of things, holding back is strength. Okay? Holding back is strength. Okay, shout out to everybody in the building. That's right. We have to respect the ancestors that passed away for us. Brother Oz, you're totally correct, and that's what I mean every day. Okay, we have ancestors that... See, some people may think that this is easy, and this is why I'm going to take my time with it. You have ancestors that sacrificed their lives so we could be on these phones, these laptops, these computers, or even to walk right now free in America and across the world. Okay? People, do you know what it is for people to sacrifice their life for another generation to live? Because the people in this generation, we must do a lot of sacrificing for the next generation. We must. And some people are very selfish where I know for a fact they won't sacrifice nothing. Because you know what I hear a lot of people saying nowadays? It's my life. I got to deal with my life. It's okay. I understand and I understand the type of person you is. But I remember when people said it took a village to raise a child. What happened to the village? We know what happened to the children, but what happened to the village? What happened to the village? What happened to the people in the village? Huh? What happened to the love? And this is why I get mad at my people and I say I don't let nobody tell me how to talk about black people. Because you can't tell me. Okay? You can't talk for me. You can't talk for us. And even a person that's black, okay? Because I don't play the mind manipulation or I don't play the word manipulation games when it comes to black people in America and the world. I don't play that game because I hear a lot of people on the internet talking about black people in America and they're calling other people that's outside of America not black and they're saying different things. Let me tell you something, people. Let me tell you something, people that are very ignorant and don't have no understanding, but you need to learn how to get some understanding and overstanding so you can see it very clear. Wherever they took certain people, whether you want to say people came out of West Africa, but let me tell you, they took people to America. They took people to, wait, let me just put it in proper perspective. They took people up here to America. They took people down to the West Indies. They took people all over to Canada, to London. So this is not where, I'm going to say this, and if people get offended, go ahead. They didn't take just people from out of Africa and brought them straight to America and the slave trade was over. Whoever think that in their head, I'm sorry, you really need to open books or you really need to open your mind and you need to talk to people to find out what really going on and what really went on, okay? Because a lot of people tell a lot of lies about slavery. They tell a lot of lies about life itself, okay? Because one thing that America and the rest of the world need to know, and I'm going to say this very clearly, slavery wasn't only in America with black people, but the ignorant people must think that black people was the only ones enslaved in America. No. You had slavery in Jamaica. You had slavery in Antigua. You had slavery in Trinidad. You had slavery in Barbados. You had slavery in St. Thomas, St. John, Mexico, Peru, Chile. So when you think about it, just think about it, okay? Just think about it and think about it very well. Okay? Think about it. Don't think that you think that slavery was created just because of a certain people. No. It was created to control all. Okay? It was like, yes, black people are the poster child of slavery. But slavery was here to control all. Okay? Because if you must don't get it, if they could control the black people, they could control all people. Okay? If they could control the black people, they could control all people. That's how it always been. If they see we do it, they're going to make sure everybody else do it. Okay? If you could control the melanated people, you could control the other people. That's just how it is. That's how it always been, and that's how it's moving right now. And this is why I do get upset at my black people for being followers. Stop being followers when you was born leaders. Stop following, okay? Stop following when you was born to lead, not follow. And trust me, when you learn how to lead, you will see that people will come behind you willingly, okay? Because this is something that they don't want to get. And whether it comes from black people, brown people, yellow people, or red people, let me tell you something. The world needs to be shooken up, and it is going to be shooken up. Because you may not, let me say it again, you may not think you will play with God's children, right? And everything is going to be okay. You thinking that the children ain't going to rise up? You thinking that the people ain't going to rise up? See, in America, one thing that they're scared of, and they have a lot of contingency plans if the people would ever try to revolt, okay? They have plans. They have plans, and they're prepared for that. They've been prepared for that for over 400 years now, okay? So, be wise in your decisions, okay? Because, yeah, they're stupid, but they're not stupid in trapping you. They're not stupid in putting you in jail. They're not stupid in creating graveyards for you to live in, okay? And a lot of people took a lot of people to graveyards. Humans took humans to graveyards, and some people may say, why you put it like that? Because I try to put it simple as it is. Okay? Simple as it is. Humans is taking humans and putting them in graveyards. And there's nothing nice about it if we can't learn as a civilization. Okay? Because in my 41 years, I know a lot of us seen death, but to me, I'm sick of seeing it, especially when it comes to innocent people. It's very messed up when you got innocent people dying day by day. It's very messed up when you got innocent people living in a life that they know nothing about. And it's very messed up when people won't put people on game. You know, they had them living a lie. Nah, I can't have my people living a lie. I won't even allow myself to do that. Okay? Because everybody must wake up. Everybody must wake up. Everybody must see a better tomorrow. You know? And many more better tomorrows. You think that life ain't about suffering, man. Life ain't about suffering. They made it about suffering. Life is about joy. Life is about really enjoying this journey. You know, but they made it hard, but trust me. People are working out here to make life better for the people. Where we can have peace and love. We can have harmony in the world. People could love each other. Okay? Different religions could sit down and talk to each other on a broad scale. You know, different colors could get along with people on a broad scale. We ain't gotta hate each other just because we different. Okay? And that's one thing I don't put with. I ain't put with that. Okay, just because we different, we gotta hate each other, and we similar, we gotta like each other. Nah. You know, because I get to the point where people got mad at Wallow the other day when he said, just because you black, I don't got to spend my black dollar with you. Now, as I always say, whether you in Jamaica or whether you in America, black people will try to make an argument, but black men mostly. We would argue about every little thing. But let me tell you, as I always try to use my sense and use my mind, if we could argue about everything, why don't we try to get along about everything, even our bad parts? Okay? That's the fight that we need to fight. If we could argue about a lot of little things, hey, my black brothers, let's get together. Let's build together about different little things. Okay? Because I don't care. I don't care about none of that. That's why I say I don't side with people. I side with what's really correct. I'm sick of seeing my black brothers hate each other for little nonsense. Or should I say little girly stuff. When you watch others, they build upon that. They build. And they don't like each other, but you know what? They'll build. They'll build. Why we can't do that? Why must we hate each other for senseless little things? I ain't with that. I'm not with that at all. We need to wake up and we need to realize who we are. Okay? We need to wake up. Okay? And what Wallow said the other day, he was totally correct. So if you want to dislike him, it's okay. Because sometimes a black person will say something, another black person will hate them just because you was taught like that in yourself to hate your brother and sister. Okay? You'll be like, she thinks she all that, or he think he all that. Or like, he ain't gonna spend his money at my boutique, or she ain't gonna buy no like curlers from my salon. Nah. If the business is good and the business is correct, of course I'ma shop and drop with you all day. But if the business is not up to par, it's just like if you go on McDonald's or Nikes and they got shoes on the floor. You ain't gonna wanna buy no sneakers there. If the store smell nasty, you ain't gonna wanna buy no sneakers out of that store. And if you go on McDonald's and you see fries on the floor and you see McDonald's looking all nasty, you're not gonna wanna buy no food out of there. You may walk out of there and go home. Or you may walk out of McDonald's and go to the supermarket and buy you some food and go home and cook. Okay? But if business is not correct, people would not want to spend their money in a business place if it's not correct. It's supposed to be up to par. It's supposed to be on tip-top shape. Okay? A business is supposed to be a business. A business is supposed to run correctly. That's why I don't get where people will tell themselves you business savvy. How you business savvy if your business ain't growing? How you business savvy but you can't turn that dollar into $5? How you business savvy if you can't respect the customers that come to spend money in your store? No. So it don't matter if you black. I'm going to spend my dollar with you. Is your business correct? Is your business up to par? And is it worth me coming back to your business? Because trust me, if all them boxes is checked off, I'm going to come back to your business anyway. I'm going to share love. I'm going to show love. But if your business ain't up to par, why would you want somebody to come to your business? Just so you can get their money, but you're not giving me good service? Think about that. Let me say it again. Why would you want somebody to come to your business if you're not giving them good service and you just want their money? I want good service. Because I'm going to spend my money. Anybody going to spend their money in a store or a place if they're treated good? Okay? Because it comes from a sign of where people want to be treated like they're cared for. People want to be loved. People want to be shown respect. So if you ain't treating a person with respect, a person ain't gonna really spend money in your store or in your business or whatever you have. You could have the littlest establishment, but somebody ain't gonna spend in your store if you don't got respect for yourself, or you even have respect for their money that they gonna take out their pocket and they're supposed to give you. So Wallo was, he probably worded it wrong, as some people are saying, but as I say, sometimes we love to hate each other so quick and so fast that we wouldn't even take the time to understand a situation, or we wouldn't even take the time to understand a statement that somebody made. We just go off the bat. Nah, sometimes you have to really just chill. You have to really just understand certain situations sometimes, and it ain't all about you. Like just attacking the situation. Try to run around the situation and understand every different aspect. Because me, before I go off on people in this world, I try to give everybody a good deed, you know, and I really try to work with people before I go off. I know some people in the world be probably saying, nah, that's nonsense, you'll just go off. No, I really give people the benefit of the doubt before I snap. Okay, because it takes a lot for me to snap. It takes a lot for me to just like go off on the deep end. And I work with it, you know, because, and this is one thing of me on my page, that I try to give people good motivation and I try to give people positive energy, because a lot of people in my lifetime told me I had a temper or an attitude. And to be honest with you, most of the people that told me that I have a temper or an attitude, they just couldn't deal with me. They couldn't hang. Okay, because it was okay for them to do whatever they did to me, whether it was negative. But soon as you snap back at them, that's when people have a problem with you, you know? And I'm going to tell everybody this in the world, and this is why I always want people to stand up for themselves and never back down. I have a good heart and soul, okay, that's probably made of gold. I have a heart where I will give people, okay? I will share love with people, okay? Don't matter who you is. I share with people. I give good love. You feel me? I try to see anybody in the world that's down. I try to help everybody up. Okay? And I ain't start this today. I didn't start it yesterday. It's always been inside of my heart and soul. Okay? It's nothing brand new. This ain't nothing new. This is just delving. But one thing that I don't like is disrespect. One thing that I don't like is people not appreciating good. And one thing that I don't like is people playing manipulation, because I could pick that up very quick. And I know when somebody is genuine, and I know when somebody is full of nonsense. You feel me? Because people could act like they're genuine, but trust me, when you feel realness, you feel realness. You know when somebody is faking you out. You know? You know when somebody faking you out. You know, like, and this is why I tell people, stop trying to be fake to a real world. Okay? Because the people that don't understand what's going on in this world when it comes to, like, the soul force, I see everything that you think I don't see, and I feel everything that you don't feel. Okay? Like, some people will want to go to, like, different people to have a different understanding. Now you can see people how their energy is just from being right there next to them, or being in front of them, or in taking their energy. And this is why you got to make sure you watch who you're around. Don't let people dirty energy slip off on you, because soon as it slip on you, make sure you throw that nasty energy off of you and you say, Jah Rastafari. You don't let nobody throw their little dirty negative energy on you. Don't let nobody make you be who they are. Okay? Because they got a lot of people out here. They got nasty deeds. They're very dirty. but they will try to put their dirty deeds on you. And I seen that in my lifetime where people got dirty hearts, right? But they tried to put their dirty heart on me, tried to tell me I am them. But like I always say, man, I could only be me. I could never be something that you are. God bless to everybody out there. Brother Oz, thank you for being in the building. Frankie Blanco, thank you for being in the building. Wish the Don, thank you for being in the building. God bless to everybody out there. Thank you. Let's go Knicks.